one, go.
Hi, my name is Dave.
My name is Carissa.
Hi, I'm Aiko.
I'm Aaron.
Hi, I'm Andy.
And this is ACAT.
Hello everyone, my name is Carissa and here we are with Dave, Andy, Aiko, and Aaron. Welcome to ACAT Podcast.
So today's topic is how do gamers perceive the gameplay of competitive games and how it should be improved.
Our goal in the digital world is for game developers to take this video as constructive criticism to improve competitive gameplay.
Yeah, I heard that we'd be hosting from experienced casual game mode players to comp players.
Before we start, we're going to have Aiko tell us who will undergo the questionnaires, showing us the questions and some keywords.
We will pull up special guests featured in this broadcast through this process, featuring 2 experienced players, namely Carissa's friends Joseph and Adam. We will be asking players these questions. To break it down, heroes in games, playable characters with unique abilities and roles in a game. Competitive community and non-competitive community. Competitive players focus on ranked matches and tournaments, while non-competitive players play casually for fun. Hitboxes and skins. Hitboxes determine when an attack lands, while skins are cosmetic changes to a character's appearance. Paid for items and pay to win. Paid for items are purchased with real money, while pay to win gives players an unfair advantage through purchases.
Without further ado, let's begin. Please introduce yourself and your experience with gaming.
Hi, my name is Joseph. I've been playing games, specifically video games, since I was a kid. And for competitive experience, I have plenty of years under my belt with Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege, as of recently Marvel Rivals, Comp Call of Duty, CSGO, and Valorant.
Hi. Hello, my name is Adam. My favorite games are Overwatch, Call of Duty, Siege, Valo, CSGO, Battlefield, Marvel Rivals, and Fortnite. I was playing games when I was 4 years old, and my very first game was GTA.
Wow, that's amazing. Since you were 4 and it was GTA, that is crazy. I have a question regarding games in general, okay?
Okay.
Developers make many adjustments to the game, such as the game system or the game heroes and new collaborations, but mainly their heroes. So do you think the balancing of the heroes is fair?
The balancing on heroes is kind of a mixed.
It really depends, but yes, if the developers actually listen to the community when it comes to balancing heroes, there's a lot of times where they really don't. Like for an Overwatch, there was a time where they decided to increase the damage of Malga while also kind of reducing another character's name called Ramatra, and it kind of threw an imbalance into the game. But a good representation of that is Valorant, where they really listen to the community, but more so they listen to the competitive side of the community.
Why do you think developers prefer to listen to the competitive rather than the non-competitive community?
Well, on the competitive side, they take the game a little bit more seriously, and when you have a lot of players that don't take the game as seriously as competitive side, you can kind of get miscommunication over it, where a large group of players feel like one specific weapon is more powerful than another when it's just the player.
It depends on a certain game. For Call of Duty, there's been a bunch of buffs and nerfs. It fluctuates every update when it comes to Call of Duty, where they fix one certain aspect but disadvantage towards the other when it comes to weapons and certain attachments. Blizzard, the company, they don't sometimes regard with the community. So whenever the community complains and hoping that the company or the game developers would listen, they don't. I mean, small indie games, they do listen to community. Ubisoft does listen to the community well, and that is the difference, but they listen to the community too much. Like, the community does help when it comes to mitigate the balancing, but at the same time, no, with enough complaints, it kind of ruins the good aspect of the game. So, in sort of sense, it's kind of a mixed bag.
So, from what I'm picking up, do you think Ubisoft is struggling to keep up with a lot of demands for such a small team?
I believe for as a small team, I wouldn't say they're struggling. It's just the simple fact that they listen to the community well, but it makes it defeat the purpose of what they're trying to aim for. And they're aiming for more players' choice in the matter, where everybody could play whatever certain character or guns. So I wouldn't say that Ubisoft is struggling. It's just more of a fact that you need to take a closer evaluation when it comes to players' community choices, because sometimes we don't know if they're genuine or they're just complaining. And that's the key struggle that we're having with Ubisoft.
We're starting to understand now. So could we hop to the next question?
Sure.
The hitboxes are bigger for some bigger skins with more design. Is this fair, or should the hitboxes be the same for all skins?
They should be the same no matter what. It's kind of a double-edged sword. If they do fix it, larger skins like Baymax and Fortnite would have a small hitbox with a confusingly large size skin, but with skins that are very skinny and very frail, like most of the women's skins in Fortnite, they would have a really, really large hitbox, making them way easier to hit. So, I mean, it's really dependent on the game, but it's still not fair at the end of the day.
I'm going to have to agree with Joseph here. When it comes to Fortnite, the hitboxes are extremely difficult when it comes to big characters and small characters. But whereas when you're playing, like, let's just say like Catwoman, for example,
All right.
one of the new characters that are in the shop right now, it's really hard to hit Catwoman because her tail and her headgear or her cat ears aren't hitboxes. So it's really kind of hard to hit those certain areas when you're in a battle royale type of game. Whereas Baymax character outfits, especially the iconic ones from Fortnite, is a very it's a very big unadvantage. It's unfair.
It's
And
unfair.
they should correct that.
So-
I think they should make it where, in my personal opinion, make it where everybody has the same hitboxes, no matter the cat ears or the tail or how big the person is. Everybody should have a big advantage instead of one or the other.
I see. So maybe if the hitboxes were to be the same, they should be wise on deciding whether to redesign or alternate the skins so it benefits regarding sizes of hitboxes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Do you think paid-for items, Overwatch, CSGO, and Call of Duty provide any competitive advantages?
In most cases, they really do not provide any competitive advantage. There's only a few scenarios where they do. There's a few skins in Call of Duty that kind of like blend into environments.
Call of Duty has way many bundles that you could literally progress throughout the game without even having to play the game normally and unlocking it. There's a skin that is a tree, somewhat similar to a group skin. And when it comes to certain map areas, it's very hard to find this certain character, because this character could be hiding in the shadows and you won't even notice until you finally get murdered. It's something that we as gamers need to discuss a lot more and try to see if we can mitigate that, because it makes the game not fun when you have players that are just essentially paying to have the better loot, the better guns, and better skins. So,
But in most cases with CSGO, Overwatch, and stuff like that, they're more for aesthetic purposes.
I think that is all for the questions. I appreciate the company and I appreciate you being able to participate
No
in
problem.
my questionnaire. I hope you have a wonderful day.
no problem.
Bye bye.
You too.
Stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Overall, the discussion sheds light on the need for developers to listen to both competitive and casual communities, improve hero balancing, and ensure fairness in game mechanics like hitboxes and skins. This podcast emphasizes that these adjustments should be made to enhance overall gameplay experience without favoring players who spend more money.
More energy, you know, Phantasm. Go.
All right, so this.
Yo!
Again. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.